Hey there, and welcome back to Victory Education Lounge. I'm your host Maurice, and today we're tackling a pressing issue that's changing the face of global health. The challenges in malaria eradication, climate change, and urbanization. Before we dive into this crucial topic, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel asterisk, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts, experiences, or questions, so drop a comment below and let's keep the conversation going. Now let's get into it. Today we're diving into an urgent and complex issue, malaria eradication and the significant challenges posed by climate change and urbanization. Malaria, a life-threatening disease transmitted through the bites of infected mosquitoes, continues to be a global health concern despite years of intense eradication efforts. Now, we are faced with two formidable obstacles in our battle against this disease. Climate change, with its unpredictable weather patterns and rising temperatures, is altering the natural habitats of malaria-carrying mosquitoes. On the other hand, rapid urbanization is reshaping human environments, complicating the distribution of resources and preventive measures. Understanding these challenges is crucial if we hope to wage a successful war against malaria. It's time to delve into these challenges and understand their implications. Stay tuned as we untangle this intricate web of issues in the following segments. First off, let's examine how climate change is impacting the fight against malaria. As global temperatures rise, rainfall patterns shift, and natural habitats alter, the environments where mosquitoes thrive are also changing. This has allowed malaria-carrying mosquitoes to breed in new areas, extending the reach of malaria to higher altitudes and latitudes where it was previously absent. Climate change, however, isn't all bad news for malaria eradication. As a global concern, it's rallying governments, organizations, and individuals around the world. This increased awareness could spotlight malaria eradication efforts in regions impacted by climate-driven mosquito spread. Furthermore, the challenge of climate change is sparking innovative solutions. For instance, climate modeling can help predict malaria outbreaks, and environmental interventions like improved water management systems can limit mosquito breeding grounds. On the flip side, climate change also presents significant hurdles. Its unpredictable nature complicates efforts to anticipate where and when outbreaks will occur. In some regions, extreme weather events such as floods and droughts can create ideal conditions for mosquito breeding and disrupt ongoing malaria control efforts. Now, let's shift gears to urbanization. With more people moving from rural to urban areas, the dynamics of malaria transmission are changing. Cities, with their crowded populations and varied infrastructure, can influence malaria risks both positively and negatively. On the positive side, urban centers typically have better access to healthcare with more hospitals, clinics, and pharmacies. This means people can get diagnosed and treated for malaria more quickly. Urban areas often also have better sanitation, water management, and housing conditions, which can help reduce mosquito breeding sites. However, there are drawbacks too. Increased population density can enhance the spread of diseases, including malaria, especially if infrastructure development doesn't keep pace with population growth. In rapidly expanding cities, poor water and waste management can also create breeding grounds for mosquitoes. Climate change presents a complex challenge, but it's not the only factor at play. Urbanization is another significant factor shaping our battle against malaria. As the world's population continues to grow, more and more people are moving into cities. This rapid urbanization is transforming our landscapes and the way we live, directly impacting the transmission dynamics of malaria. Let's take a closer look. Urban areas with their densely packed populations and varied infrastructure present a unique set of circumstances. Depending on how well a city manages its resources, urbanization can either increase or decrease the risks associated with malaria. On one hand, urbanization can be advantageous in our fight against the disease. Urban centers typically have more healthcare facilities where people can get diagnosed and treated for malaria swiftly. This proximity to healthcare can significantly reduce the time between the onset of symptoms and treatment, crucial in combating this fast-acting disease. Moreover, urban areas often have better sanitation, water management, and housing conditions. These infrastructural advantages can help reduce mosquito breeding sites, thus curtailing the spread of malaria. However, urbanization is not without its downside. The increase in population density that comes with urbanization can enhance the spread of diseases, including malaria. Especially when the pace of infrastructure development fails to keep up with population growth, we see an increase in conditions conducive to the spread of malaria. Poor water and waste management is another major concern. In fast-growing cities, especially in developing countries, the lack of adequate water and waste management systems can create breeding grounds for mosquitoes, exacerbating the problem. So it's clear that urbanization, just like climate change, brings with it both opportunities and challenges. The key lies in leveraging the advantages and effectively addressing the drawbacks. As we continue to grapple with the challenges of malaria eradication, it's crucial that we understand and respond to the ways in which urbanization is changing the landscape of disease transmission. Only then can we hope to make significant strides in our battle against this pervasive disease. Urbanization, like climate change, brings both opportunities and challenges. Climate change and urbanization don't exist in isolation. They interact in complex ways. Imagine two dancers on a stage, each moving to their own rhythm yet influencing each other in an intricate dance. That's how climate change and urbanization interact, and their stage is our world. Let's delve deeper into this. Climate change, by altering weather patterns and creating new mosquito-friendly habitats, can exacerbate the challenges of urbanization. How? Well, as urban areas expand, they often encroach into previously uninhabited regions. This expansion, spurred by population growth, can bring cities closer to mosquito breeding grounds, increasing the risk of malaria transmission. On the flip side, urbanization can amplify the effects of climate change on malaria. As cities grow, they produce more heat, leading to what scientists call the urban heat island effect. This phenomenon can raise city temperatures, making them more suitable for mosquito breeding and potentially extending the malaria transmission season, but it doesn't stop there. The environmental changes brought about by both climate change and urbanization can also affect the types and behaviors of malaria-carrying mosquitoes. Some species may thrive in these new conditions, leading to shifts in mosquito populations and further complicating malaria control efforts. Moreover, the rapid urbanization process often leads to overcrowded living conditions and inadequate infrastructure, including poor water and waste management. These conditions can create ideal breeding sites for mosquitoes, especially during periods of heavy rainfall or flooding caused by climate change. It's a complicated dance, isn't it? But understanding this interplay between climate change and urbanization is not just an academic exercise, it's a crucial step in designing effective strategies for malaria eradication. By considering these factors, health officials can better predict where and when malaria outbreaks might occur. They can tailor their prevention and control strategies to these specific conditions, whether that means improving city infrastructure, adjusting mosquito control measures, or educating communities about the risks of climate change and urbanization. In the end, it's about understanding the dance, the delicate interplay between climate change and urbanization, to anticipate their moves and counteract their impacts. Understanding this interplay is crucial for effective malaria eradication strategies. Despite these challenges, there are strategies and solutions that can help us stay the course. For instance, in the face of climate change, we can leverage the power of technology to predict and respond to malaria outbreaks. Climate modeling, satellite imagery, and machine learning algorithms can help us forecast where mosquitoes might thrive next, enabling us to preemptively target those areas with prevention and control measures. We can also adapt our environmental management strategies to mitigate the impacts of climate change. This might mean altering water management systems to prevent mosquito breeding or restoring natural ecosystems to balance mosquito populations. Additionally, we can capitalize on the global momentum around climate action to draw attention to the intersection of climate change and malaria. By linking these issues, we can encourage governments, organizations, and individuals to invest in malaria eradication as part of their climate mitigation efforts. When it comes to urbanization, we can turn the challenges into opportunities. Urban areas, with their access to healthcare and infrastructure, can serve as strongholds in the fight against malaria. We can use these spaces to implement comprehensive malaria control strategies, from improving diagnosis and treatment to enhancing prevention measures. In fast-growing cities, we need to ensure that infrastructure development keeps pace with population growth. This means better water and waste management to prevent mosquito breeding, improved housing conditions to protect people from mosquito bites, and strengthened health systems to provide timely and effective malaria care. Finally, we need to foster partnerships between governments, NGOs, researchers, and communities. These collaborations can help us share knowledge, pool resources, and coordinate efforts, making our response to malaria more effective and resilient in the face of climate change and urbanization. In conclusion, while the challenges are significant, they are not insurmountable. We have the tools and the knowledge, now we need the commitment and the action. Malaria eradication is a daunting task, but it's one we can't afford to ignore. We've spent time today delving into the complexities of climate change and urbanization, two significant factors that are reshaping the landscape of malaria transmission. We've seen how climate change extends malaria's reach, making the disease more unpredictable and even more challenging to control. On the flip side, we've also explored how urbanization, with its potential for improved healthcare access and better infrastructure, can either be an ally or an obstacle in our fight against this disease. The path to eradication is filled with challenges, but every step we take brings us closer to a malaria-free world. Let's confront these challenges head-on, armed with knowledge and a commitment to make a difference. Together, we can tackle these challenges and make malaria eradication a reality. Before we wrap up, I want to emphasize that there's still so much to learn about malaria. This video is just another step on our journey to understand and combat this disease. In the coming weeks, we'll continue to dive deeper into each aspect of malaria, from its life cycle to the latest research in vaccine development. If you're passionate about making a difference, I invite you to support the fight against malaria by visiting United to Beat Malaria. You'll find the link in the description below. Together we can help save lives and create a healthier world. Every contribution, no matter how small, brings us one step closer to a world free from malaria. Remember to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Together we can unveil the truths about malaria and join the battle to end this global menace. Disclaimer: the information provided in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Any health-related decisions should be discussed with a licensed physician. Always seek the advice of your doctor or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition.